Nagar BMC English Secondary School. Today we are going to see the concept of chemical change. There are two types of changes in environment. First, that is physical change, which is totally reversible or the temporary change. And the second one is chemical change, which is permanent change. We will shortly uh, look into it. Physical change is reversible change. The constituent or the substances which are taking part in the change, they can be obtained reversibly. But in the chemical change, the substances which are taking part in that change, they cannot be obtained, and it is permanently taking into the new shape or the new substance. You can see the water cycle, the amount of water which is vaporized and it is again condensed, and we can get that water again. But in chemical change, the burning of any substances cannot be obtained. It is not reversible. So it is totally permanent change. Now there are different phenomenons in our environment which can be divided into physical change as well as in chemical change. First, as we see transformation of ice into water, it is totally physical change because water can be obtained. Ice can be obtained from the water by condensation or the freezing. Next, cooking of food, that is the food which is not cooked is totally converted into food. The substances, that is vegetables or the substances which are participating in that cooking, they totally converted into food. That food is totally into permanently changing. Next, ripening of the fruit. The fruit which is ripening is totally a chemical change because it cannot be reversed into the original fruit. Milk turning into curd, it is again chemical change because curd cannot be converted into milk. The evaporation of water, water is getting evaporated and forming water vapor. And again, if it is condensed, that vapor is again converted into water. Therefore, we can say that it is physical change. Digestion of food, it is again a chemical change. Once the food is complex, food is digested into simple substances. From those simple substances, we cannot convert that original food. Next, size reduction of naphthalene ball exposed to air, staining of Shabad and Kadapa tiles by lemon juice, and breaking of glass object on falling from the height. These are again totally chemical changes. Now, briefly, the physical change takes place due to change in the parameters like temperature, pressure. These often a physical change is a reversible change. The composition of matter, the matter remains constant, remains the same in that physical change. For example, we have seen that the ice is transformed into water on heating, and water is again transformed into ice on cooling. Now, chemical change, on the contrary of physical change, if the composition of matter changes during the process, then it is called as a chemical change. So the substances which are participating in the chemical change, the composition of matter totally changes, and the new substance is getting formed. When we call a particular process or the phenomena as the chemical change, the some chemical reactions are taking place in the concerned matter. The particular matter, that there is formation of chemical reaction. So we can say that the chemical change is shown by chemical reaction. So what is chemical reaction? The chemical reaction is the process in which some substances undergo bond breaking and are transformed into new substances by formation of new bonds. So first, the participating substances like AgNO3 and NaCl, the bond between the AgNO3 and the NaCl, it will break and the formation of new bonding takes place, that formation of AgCl and NaNO3. So this is the reaction of sodium chloride with silver nitrate. Now, in this reaction, there is a example formation of carbon dioxide by combustion of coal in air is a chemical reaction. The formation of carbon dioxide is totally a new substance, and the participating substances are coal and the oxygen in that air. So in this reaction, coal, that is carbon, and the oxygen which is present in air are the reactants. Now we will see what is reactants, and the carbon dioxide is a product. The chemical reaction is represented by a writing chemical equation. So in chemical equation, these are the uh, uh, two main words, that is reactants and the products. So this is totally, you can see a blind game or the plan game. If you understand how particular chemical is working in our body, you will take only precaution and you will be safe. So we have to understand whether that chemical is, how that chemical is working. If you know how your body is going to react to a particular chemical in that food, you will be more safe. And if you know particular chemical as well as your body which is going to react, will don't allow any disease or to enter in your body, you will plan to be safe. So you have to understand what is chemical reaction. In that chemical reaction, which chemical is going to react with which chemical, so that will be the reactants, and what is going to form. So if you understand this much, you will be safe for your life. So in environment and in your body, these chemical reactions are taking place in number of times. Changing environment is going to change. Now rainy season is going on, summer season is there, then winter season is there. So these changes are going to form, and according to that, there are a lot many chemical reactions are going on in our body. The food which is previously taken was having so many chemical reaction. Now we are taking pizzas, burger, these fast food though. So the chemical reactions, if you understand those chemical reactions, you will avoid those food. So that topic is that much important for you. Now why change is important? First, to understand how to create a new substance. So new substance is forming, how that new substance is forming from the substances. Next, to make our life more healthy, and last, to avoid unnecessary pain. One of the best example is kitchen. So in our kitchen, all ingredients which are participating in our food, that all ingredients are used for making chemicals. So those chemicals which are buying in medical, all chemicals out of them are from kitchen food, that is masale. Now chemical reaction. So this topic is most important. So now chemical reaction, the chemical reaction is divided into two parts. First, reactants. The substances which are taking part in a chemical reaction are called as a reactants. These can be one or many. And the second part is product, the substances which are formed after chemical reaction. The substances formed as a result of chemical reaction by formation of new bonds are called as a product. Now there are 12 types of chemical reactions. First, combination reaction, decomposition reaction, displacement reaction, double displacement reaction, endothermic reaction, exothermic reaction, oxidation reaction, reduction reaction, redox reaction, corrosion, rancidity, and Thermit reaction. Most of the reactions are occurring in our body. So first, that is combination reaction. When two or more reactants combine in a reaction to form a single product, it is called as a combination reaction, or we can say a synthesis. Now, for example, carbon and oxygen, when combined, there is a formation of carbon dioxide, which normally we say burning of the coal. Next, hydrogen and oxygen, if they combine, there is formation of water. Formation of water is there. Next, Fe plus S, iron sulfide, formation of iron sulfide. That triangle is shown that heat is required. Next, hydrogen and chlorine, when they combine, there is formation of hydrogen chloride. You can see that there are elements. First is carbon, second is oxygen, hydrogen, iron, sulfur, hydrogen, chlorine. When hydrogen and chlorine combine, there is formation of hydrogen chloride. Next, magnesium and oxygen, magnesium oxide can be formed. And when sodium and chlorine combine, there is formation of sodium chloride or. Now, next type of chemical reaction is decomposition reaction. The chemical reaction in which two or more products are formed. Two or more products are formed from a single reactant. So now here you can see a single reactant is there and two products are formed. Now we will see some example. First, single reactant CaCO3, formation of CaO plus CO2. Second, NH4Cl, formation of NH3 plus HCl. Next, HGO, single reactant is there and the two products are formed, Hg and O2. Next, NaNO3, single reactant is there and there is formation of two products, that is NaNO3, NaNO2 and oxygen. Next, C12H22O11, this single reactant is broken down into two different products, 12C and 11H2O. Next, single reactant KClO3 and formation of two different products, that is KCl plus O2. Next, single reactant H2O, there is formation of two different products, that is H2 and O2. So this is called as a decomposition reaction in which single reactant is broken down into two different products. Now, third one is displacement reaction. The reaction in which the place of the ion of less reactive element in a compound is taken by another more reactive element by formation of its own ion is called as a displacement reaction. In displacement reaction, two words are more important. First, more reactive element, and second, less reactive element. So This is the chart of reactivity series chart. The two more important that is words, that is least reactive, less reactive element, and the most reactive element. Now we will see some example according to reactivity series chart. CuSO4 plus Zn gives ZnSO4 plus Cu. In this reaction, Zn is more reactive than Cu. Therefore, Zn will replace Cu and there is formation of ZnSO4 plus Cu. In next reaction, CuSO4 plus Fe. Again, Fe is more reactive than Cu. So their formation of FeSO4 plus Cu. You can see the reactivity series chart. In this chart, you can see those metals which are more reactive are replacing less reactive metals. Now, in third reaction, CuSO4 plus Mg. Mg is more reactive than copper. Therefore, there is formation of MgSO4 plus Cu. Next, fourth, Na plus H2O. Here, H2 is replaced by Na. So, Na is more reactive than H2. Next, CuO plus Mg. In this reaction, Mg is more reactive than Cu. Therefore, from that salt solution, that is CuO, Mg displaces copper, and there is formation of MgO plus Cu. In the next reaction, CuCl2 plus Pb. The Pb is more reactive than copper. Therefore, PbCl2 plus Cu, formation of PbCl2 and Cu. In next reaction, more reactive element, that is aluminium, is replacing or displacing Fe and formation of Al2O3, and Fe is removed from that solution. Fe plus twice HCl gives FeCl2 plus H2. Here, Fe replaces or displaces hydrogen and taking place of that hydrogen. In next reaction, chlorine, when react with potassium iodide, there is replacement of iodine. Next, Mg plus HCl. Here, Mg is replacing hydrogen. Therefore, formation of MgCl2 and hydrogen is removed from that solution. Now, the fourth type of reaction, that is double displacement reaction. The reaction in which the ions in the reactants are exchanged to form a precipitate are called as a double displacement reaction. In double displacement reaction, you can see AgNO3 plus KCl gives AgCl plus KNO3. We will see in detail the examples. First, KBr, that is potassium bromide, and AgNO3, that is silver nitrate. These are two solutions in which potassium and Ag, that is silver, they are replaced by each other. The more reactive metal will replace less reactive metal and they will exchange their places. So there is a formation of new substance, that is potassium nitrate and silver bromide. Next, the arrow in the first reaction, the arrow shows that there is formation of precipitate. Next, Na2SO4, that is sodium sulfate, and SrCl2, that is strontium chloride. In this reaction, sodium is replacing Sr. There is formation of NaCl, that is sodium chloride, and the precipitate of strontium sulfate. Next, in the process or the chemical reaction of HCl plus NaOH. HCl, that is hydrochloric acid, and sodium hydroxide, that is NaOH. In this reaction, Na will replace hydrogen. Na is more reactive than hydrogen, therefore NaCl, there is formation of NaCl, sodium chloride, and water is formed. In the next reaction, that is sodium sulfide Na2S plus twice HCl, that is hydrochloric acid. Here also sodium is replacing hydrogen. There is formation of NaCl and hydrogen sulfide gas is liberated. So in this way, double displacement reaction is taking place. Now the fifth type of reaction, that is endothermic reaction. The endothermic, the name itself represent that endo means in and thermic means heat. So the reaction will only takes place when heat is given. Heat is entered, absorbed. The type of reaction in which heat is absorbed is called as an endothermic reaction. Now we will see next exothermic reaction. Exo itself saying that exo means out and thermic means heat. When reaction, the type of reaction in which heat is given out or evolved, the reaction is called as a exothermic reaction. Now we will see some examples in endothermic reaction. Your car burns gasoline as you drive from home to school. There is burning of gasoline, that is endothermic reaction. And the tree grows, that is exothermic reaction. Jerry is baking homemade bread in the oven, that is also baking of bread, endothermic reaction in which heat is absorbed. And Sally gets really sweaty as she runs. Sweat is coming, therefore this is the exothermic reaction. Glass of water left out overnight, it will evaporate, that will be endothermic reaction. The amount of heat which is in environment, which is absorbed by that water, and there is evaporation of some amount of water, that will be endothermic reaction. And here, when egg is cooked on the frying pan, that will be the exothermic reaction. Now next type of reaction, that is oxidation reaction. Oxidation, addition of oxygen, the name itself, we will break that addition of oxygen, that is oxidation reaction. The type of reaction in which there is addition of oxygen, or we can say removal of hydrogen, it is also called as a oxidation reaction. Here carbon and oxygen both are reacting with each other. There is addition of oxygen and formation of new substance, that is carbon dioxide, and the process can be said as an oxidation reaction. And next, HCl plus O2 gives Cl2 plus H2O. There is removal of hydrogen. It is again oxidation reaction. Next type of reaction, that is reduction reaction. The type of reaction in which there is addition of hydrogen, exactly reverse to the oxidation reaction. There is addition of hydrogen or the removal of oxygen is called as the reduction reaction. In the example, you can see H2 plus Br2 gives HBr. There is addition of hydrogen, and here also H2 plus F2 gives twice HF. This is also addition of hydrogen. Now, the combination of oxidation and reduction, there is formation of new reaction, that is, if both the reactions are taking place simultaneously in the same reaction, oxidation as well as reduction, the new type of reaction is there. There is redox reaction. Reduction as well as oxidation, both the reactions are taking place simultaneously, same time in the same reaction. We can say that reaction is redox reaction. We will see definition. The type of reaction in which there is simultaneous oxidation and reduction reaction is called as a redox reaction. Here H2 is oxidized and Br2 is reduced. In this reaction, oxidation and reduction, both the process are taking place simultaneously in the same reaction. Next, the type of reaction, that is corrosion. Due to various components of atmosphere, oxidation of metal takes place, consequently resulting in their damage, and this is called as a corrosion. One of the best example is rusting of iron, that iron rust and the reddish color layer is collected on it, and this is called as a corrosion of iron. And this corrosion is very serious problem. Examples, not only iron, corrosion can be takes place in other metals also. First example of obviously iron, when iron react with moist air and deposit of reddish substance, that is Fe2O3 H2O is formed, this substance is called as a rust, and we say that the rusting is occurring. Next, when carbon dioxide in a moist air react with surface of copper vessel, the copper loses its luster and due to formation of greenish layer of copper. Copper carbonate, CuCO3. Copper carbonate, it is greenish in color. It is forming due to reaction of carbon dioxide with copper. And this process is called as a patination of copper. Next, on exposure of air, silver articles turn blackish after some time. When silver is react with air, there is formation of silver sulfide. This is because of layer of silver sulfide Ag2S formed by reaction of silver with hydrogen sulfide in air. Next, fourth example is by oxidation of aluminum. A thin layer of aluminum oxide forms on it, and this aluminum oxide will protect inner aluminum metal. So nowadays we can see the anodized aluminum metals, aluminum articles. Next type of reaction, that is rancidity. As we know, oil is also oxidized when we use old leftover cooking oil for making food stuff. It is found to have foul odor called as a rancidity. If food is cooked in such oil, its taste also changes. When oil or the ghee is left aside for a long time, or fried food is left aside for a long time, it undergoes air oxidation and become rancid. So now rancidity in a food stuff cooked in oil or the ghee is prevented by using antioxidants or airtight container. The process of oxidation reaction of food stuff can also be slowed down by storing it in airtight container. So antioxidant can be used, or the airtight container can be used for preventing such rancidity of oil. Now 12th, Thermit reaction, the type of reaction defined as an exothermic reaction which involves metal reacting with metallic or non-metallic oxide to form a more stable oxide, and the corresponding metal or the non-metal of the reactant oxide. Now, there is iron oxide react with aluminum to form iron and the aluminum oxide. You can see the reaction. Fe2O3 react with Al. When aluminum react with iron oxide, there is formation of molten iron, that is 2Fe, plus aluminum oxide, that is Al2O3. Reaction is shown here. Now we will see the rate of chemical reaction. Any chemical reaction, whether it is cooking gas, start burning on ignition, iron article undergo rusting, erosion of rock taking place from to form a soil. These chemical reactions are taking some time. Out of them, some chemical reactions are fast and some chemical reactions are slow, very, very slow. Now, this rate of chemical reaction is different for each and every chemical reaction. So here, first one is quick process. So this chemical reaction will quickly form. Iron articles undergo rusting. It will take some time. Within second, it will not form. And last one, that is erosion of rock, it will take more time than about 2-1. So this rate of chemical reaction, some reactions are completed in short time, so we can call it rapidly occurring the reaction, whilst other require long time for completion, slowly occurring reaction. It means that the rate of different reaction is different. The same reaction occur at a different rate on changing the condition. For example, during winter, long time is required for setting milk into curd, while at the higher temperature during summer season, the rate of setting of milk increases and the curd is formed earlier. Formation of curd from the milk will be faster during summer because temperature is more, that condition is changing. In winter season, temperature is less, therefore formation of curd from the milk, the process is slow as compared to the summer season. Now there are factors which are affecting this rate of chemical reaction. The first, that is nature of reactant, whether that reactant is solid, liquid or gas, whether it is highly reactive, whether it is low reactive, moderately reactive. That nature of reactant will decide whether that reaction will be fast or the slow. Now, the next one is size of the particle of that reactants. The size will also matter. If the size is more, the reaction will take time to complete that reaction. And if it is in the powdered form or crush form, it will take less time as compared to the higher, larger particles of that reactants. Now, the third one is concentration of reactants. So the concentration of that reactant will also matter. If that reactants are highly concentrated, the reaction will be fast, and if it is diluted or low concentration is less, dilution is taken place, so the reaction will slow and the rate of reaction will be less. Last, second last, that is temperature of that reaction. As we seen earlier, that making curd from the milk, the temperature is the main factor which decide the rate of reaction, chemical reaction. that temperature will decide whether the reaction will take a larger time, longer time, or the less time. And the last one, that is catalyst. This catalyst is not a part of that chemical reaction, but only to speed up that chemical reaction or to slow down that chemical reaction. This catalyst is used. So if we want faster reaction, we will add that reactant, add that catalyst. And if we want to slow down that reaction, there will also we can add that catalyst, but it will not take part that reaction. Thank you. If anyone have any question, we will see. Mayur sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. हॅलो.
हाँ सर.
हां, चालेल सर. वाइंड अप करता का सर?
हाँ हाँ, ओके.
थँक्यू सर.
ओके, थँक यू.